83 cars all the way from L.A. We've got fruit and steel and coaster wagon wheels on the modern Sante Fe, that and a lot more. We're bound for Argentine on the rolling Kansas plain, where all the cars will be sorted out and made into different trains.
83 cars and a mile-long train inbound from Los Angeles. 25 of them will go to Chicago, 37 to points east of Chicago, and the remainder will be delivered locally. How these cars, 83 out of 3,100 that arrive daily, get sorted and reformed into new trains at Sante Fe's new computer-controlled freight yard outside of Kansas City is our story. The Argentine Yard, a design for tomorrow. The Argentine Yard is the hub of 13,000 miles of Sante Fe transcontinental freight network. Understanding what happens there is not complicated. Our train came in here, 83 cars bound for Chicago and different destinations.
The Argentine Yard is a sorting machine for putting trains together. At the Argentine Yard, cars get switched and it's all done by a computer. Automated Argentine.
When the train comes in, the engine is pulled off. And now it's no longer a train, just a string of cars going somewhere else. Our string of cars moves down the track. It divides again, and again, and again, until there are 48 different tracks that hold nearly 1,800 cars. Each leads to a different destination. Before our train arrived at the Argentine Yard, a list of its cars and their destination came in from Los Angeles over microwave after editing and processing by computer. Now it's a question of sorting the cars. The yardmaster asks the terminal data computer for information. He's given a complete list of all the cars and where each will go. At the same time, the computer calls up another computer, the hump computer, and gives it the same list. Now, the main job the hump computer has is matching the correct car to the correct track. From that second on, until each of the cars is sorted and made up into new trains, the entire action is automatic.
Eddie will hump this list 111D99.
Even the engine goes on automatic.
Eastbound hump to 937.
That's 937.
We'll put it in automatic, George.
All right, I'm putting it in automatic.
Oddly enough, the whole computer yard uses a very simple principle: gravity. An engine nudges the cars over the hill or hump, one by one, and from there on, gravity and the computer work together.
sorting machine for putting trains together. At the Argentine yard, cars get switched and it's all done by computer. Automated Argentine.
The computer sets all the switches so gravity can take each of the cars to its proper track. All the cars that are going to Chicago line up on the Chicago tracks. Those going on east of Chicago wind up on those tracks. Those for local delivery go to their tracks. No car must move faster than 4 miles per hour when it couples. Yet a carload of oranges weighs less than a carload of steel. So measuring devices feed the computer information about car weight, height, rolling characteristics. Radar measures the speed. The computer already knows that each of the 48 tracks has different characteristics. Some are fast, some are slow, some have long curves, some are nearly straight. Each has its own personality, and the computer knows and remembers them all. All this information is processed and evaluated in a blink. And then the computer sets special brakes, called retarders, to prevent the cars moving at more than 4 miles per hour coupling speed. Now the 25 cars are on their way to Chicago, and the 37 to points east of Chicago. And the remainder move out for local delivery. The busy hump computer checks again to make sure that everything is in line. Then it automatically sends an as hump list to the terminal data center, which maintains a complete listing of all the cars in the yard. Then it clears its own memory and gets ready for the next string of cars to be sorted into other trains. 60 miles to the west in Topeka, Kansas, is the computer center that gathers and stores information about car movements. When our train was coming in from the coast, it received an advanced list of cars. The computer center in Topeka is in charge of keeping the list of cars up to date. While our train was bound in from the coast, perhaps cars were added and cars removed. So lists of these cars and their numbers, their contents and destinations are fed into Topeka, which in turn sends that information on to the terminal data center in Kansas City. Unless we can be sure that the computer information gets through, it is valueless. Thus, we have a network of microwave and landline communication systems to ensure that the message is delivered. Think of the communication center located at Topeka as a giant computer-controlled switchboard, staffed by experts whose job it is to make sure that all communication channels are operating.
Yeah, before this job, what do they go in? What do these hold it. That's what the first one was in on the...
Test, this is CTC. We've got our high-speed circuit tested out to Argentine, and we're ready to use it anytime you want to swap over from the low speed to the high speed.
Okay, I'll issue a start line to the Argentine circuits.
Having reliable communications at our disposal is of vital importance. This is critical because the computer center talks with nearly 500 strategically located terminals, gathering information about car movements, their type, cargo, together with their destination. Then all their information is available in a matter of seconds.
Red ball. $306,906. All right. Santa Fe 306,906 arrived Stockton 2120 March 11th on train QSFI. It was loaded, destined Stockton.
Yes, sir. I show ATSF 16127 delivered to FWD, Fort Worth, 14:35 hours, March 10th.
Here at Argentine, we make direct connections with 12 other railroads that fan out in every direction.
751, come in.
Well, we're relieved now.
High ball, take her east there. You got a high green for Marceline.
3,100 cars a day pass through the Argentine yard, or the equivalent of Santa Fe's entire 80,000 car fleet every 26 days. And now they pass through twice as fast as they used to. In an average year, 6 oranges for everyone in the United States pass through Argentine, and enough potatoes to provide 100 pounds for everybody in Chicago. A string of piggyback trailers that would cover 1,200 miles of highway, bumper to bumper. And behind it all, behind the new technology, improved communications, the computers and the data information systems, you'll find the people of Santa Fe.
It's the key. That's the key to the Santa Fe Railroad. If Argentine does well, the Santa Fe does well.
Well, I'd say 90% improvement over anything they've ever had.
Because the kind of work railroads have to do is ideally suited to the work computers are best at doing.
Simple as 1, 2, 3 when you figure you've got the room.
Like everything goes smoother, like daylight and dark. What I mean, it's all automatic, and it's easier, a lot easier, a lot.
Yes, when you have a dynamic and a fluid operation such as we have at Argentine, your customer always benefits from improved service.
People, the Santa Fe people who run the world's fastest freight train, the Super C.
Super C Santa Fe. The Super C Santa Fe. The Super C Santa Fe. The Super C Santa Fe.